Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. The all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Giving you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional site, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. Today we're going to talk about how I stop myself from shopping and how I try to be a mindful shopper. Whenever the new season comes around, I always want to go crazy shopping. I get so excited about dressing for the new season that I tend to rush it and make some mistakes, and this is how I'm trying to combat it this year. The first one, and maybe not everybody does this, but I need to start looking at my old Pinterest boards. I make a new Pinterest board for each season because of YouTube, but before YouTube, I feel like I just had a general fashion inspo, but I never really looked at the things that I pinned, and more so just looked at Pinterest for new inspo every single time. You guys, we're heading to the end of this pregnancy, so I'm getting so out of breath. So please, if there's a lot of cuts, that's why. But I hope you understand. I really need to start looking at my old Pinterest board, look at old things that I pinned, and for me, looking back years of what I've pinned, because a lot of the time my style hasn't changed that much. Next thing is to look through everything you bought last year. I did a Spotify Wrapped video this year on my closet, and it really put into perspective how much I buy. Granted, most of it is secondhand and at the thrift store in person, but still, seeing a number put to clothing of how much I was buying was a wake-up call. But then also I feel like when I'm thrifting, I will be thrifting for the next season. I very rarely thrift for the season I'm in, and I feel like this is detrimental to me because then by the time that season comes around, the pieces don't feel new, or I've forgotten about them, or maybe it's not even what I really want to wear in that season. So looking what I bought last year to see if there's anything that I bought for this upcoming season, but then also not shopping for the season ahead or seasons ahead. And then after you look at everything you bought last year, add up how much money it was. This is a little bit harder with thrifting, but I feel like we can normally gauge of how much we spent on something, or we kind of remember how much we spent on something, especially at the thrift store, because it's either a steal or it's robbery and we spend our money on it. So if you add it all up and you see the price tag, I have not done this, but I need to. Actually, I kind of do it with my taxes every year. I need to look at that number and like pin it on my forehead. Okay, next. Same thing with not buying ahead. Don't dress ahead. I feel like I used to be so bad at this. I would be so excited in the summertime to wear my jeans that I'd be forcing myself to wear jeans in like 90-degree weather. And I'm gonna be wearing my jeans all fall, all winter, all spring. Like, I'm gonna be bored of them. Do not anticipate the trend ahead. Same thing for winter right now. Don't try and bring out your light jacket when there's still a foot of snow outside. And it's freezing. You're gonna have the time to wear those jackets. You're gonna have the time to wear your pieces in the correct season and get sick of them and then move on to the next season in an appropriate way. Growing out my pixie, so like this little hair used to be, you know, the shortest, like literally like an inch up top here. And looks like I just have like weird layers in a bob. So I feel like I'm just at a weird stage right now. Next thing, I stand by this so wholeheartedly, but don't buy for occasions and don't buy for trips. My everyday life is boring and in a beautiful, amazing, I'm so grateful way, but I'm going to story time, I'm going to park, I'm going to a neighborhood swim club, I'm going to a soccer practice. I've just living this mom life. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm really not doing anything. So when I do have like a little trip planned ahead, I get so excited and I want to buy new things or wear new things. But I know in my closet at least that I have so many things that I don't wear day to day. That's where I should bring them out. But especially buying for these times, you're already gonna have a good time on your trip or for whatever occasion it is. You don't need a new outfit to go with it. You need clothes for everyday life that are going to make you feel good and make everyday life feel a little bit better, a little bit less mundane. And I do think I'm good at this shopping for everyday life, just because I have a very I like to dress more casual and comfy and just like elevated basics. So I'm not too bad at this one, but I see so many people where they're like, I'm going to Mexico and they're buying a whole new wardrobe. And I'm like, you're gonna have a good enough time on your resort vacation in Mexico. You don't need to get X, Y, and Z for it. I want to see that energy at home in the suburbs. The only way I could see shopping for an occasion or like a trip would be like, I'm going hiking and I don't have hiking shoes. Yeah, you need hiking shoes. The occasion being like wedding. We don't all have like bridesmaids dress or wedding guest dresses in our closet for every occasion. And if you're doing occasion shopping, rent. Especially for me, I'm just not into formal wear. I don't care about like super fancy dresses. I have an appreciation for them and I love them, but the ones I love are $10,000. So for me, I'm on Rent the Runway Nuuly. Bento is a really good one for like, I feel like younger ages and just more like trendy items. Next thing is have the highest standards. Have the highest standards when you're shopping. If you're in person, look at the stitches, look at the composition, look at the material, look at the color. When you're thrifting, look at the fading, look at the stains, look at the holes, moth holes, whatever, you know. Be so picky and it will really limit what you bring into your closet. But then also if you do order online, which I'm not against, return the pieces. Don't let them sit in your closet. Don't force yourself to wear them because you could find something way better and then you're only buying one of the pieces. You don't have to buy two. Be picky. I'm so bad at returns. I feel like that's why I don't really shop online unless it's like thrifting. Even I should be returning thrifted stuff. My mic died, but we persist. Next thing is outfit repeat. I feel like I'm bad at this because I think like, oh, I got an Instagram in it, I posted it. I don't want to repost in the same outfit. But I know for like normal everyday people, you probably don't get an Instagram every single time you put on a cute outfit. Nobody will remember. Wear the same outfit. And I do still wear the same outfit, but I'm just like, oh, I won't get a picture in it and I won't post it because I'm always like have, you know, the work brain on. But if you don't want to wear the same exact outfit and you're thinking like people are going to remember or whatever, just change out one thing. I always do this on Index. If you guys didn't know, I do styling on Index and I will like show a few options, just changing out the shirt, but keeping the skirt, the shoes, and the purse the same, or switching out the shoes, switching out the purse, whatever. And it really does change a look completely. So pick out your favorite outfit repeating outfit and just switch out one item and it will feel like a new look. Next thing, you guys know I stand by these, but outfit formulas. Use outfit formulas. I have a bunch of videos on these, but having this outfit formula where you have to plug in certain pieces and it's not just what you're used to putting together or pieces that you think work together in your closet. You have to like kind of go out of your comfort zone. It really does make pieces feel new just by wearing them in a new way. Next thing is stop cleaning out your closet. I know a lot of us love watching closet cleanup videos and, you know, people just trying on other clothes and really purging and whatever. Most of the time when we're watching those, they're influencers. So they just have, and me included, an astronomical amount of clothes compared to the everyday person. And I didn't do a closet clean out for I think 3 or 4 years. I can't remember now. Things that I thought I was going to get rid of, I ended up opening the bag back up and taking out and really realizing I needed it or wanted it, especially with trends always coming back in style and the trend cycle moving so quickly now. Keep your clothes for you, for your kids, for your nieces and nephews, for your grandkids, for your friends. Like, share your clothes, loan other people's clothes. I'm all for that, but keep your clothes. Farthest I get rid of my clothes, like, usually is to a friend because I know that I could always ask for them back or borrow them. I did do one closet clean out this year after gaining weight from being done breastfeeding and just pieces that I knew would not fit anymore that I didn't think had like value to like pass down to my daughter. So those, some of them do though. I'll be selling them soon. I think I'm selling them in person. And by me, I mean Brandon. So stay tuned for that. And if you do a closet clean out and you get rid of some items, it does not mean that you get to go shop. It does not mean go online and find pieces you want. If you've had something you wanted a really long time and you know you sold your pieces or you donated them, whatever, then I feel like that's a good reason to get it. But don't just like window shop and, you know, pick stuff up because you did a closet clean out. Save your purchases for stuff you've wanted for a really long time. I keep a list in my phone and I try to do videos of like what I didn't buy this month, but I really don't have that many things that like come on my radar that I actually want to buy. So it normally has to be like what I didn't buy in the last 3 months, but I'll look back sometimes and be like, I wanted that. Like I really thought I was going to hit checkout. I never hit checkout. I always put things in my cart. Something I always remind myself is the coolest, most fashionable people wear the same things over and over and over and they look love. I always talk about Jane Birkin, but I feel like she's just like such a style icon to me. She wore her Birkin bag until it was like falling apart and wore it every single day. And that's what made it cool. And when we see the Kardashians with their pristine Birkin bags, like we get the ick. Like it's okay. I don't care. Like it doesn't make it cool. What makes pieces cool is wearing them over and over and having them be loved and worn in and styling your loafers with every outfit ever. Like that's what's cool. And it always like, I don't know, because obviously I don't do that. And Get a lot of clothes, especially for this job. I'm always like, I'll never be her, and I really want to be. Also, I don't believe that you can have personal style with new pieces for every occasion, everyday wear, new fast fashion clothes all the time. I really think that style comes from styling pieces you own. It doesn't come from wearing new pieces in the way you saw on the mannequin. Like, you have to be able to style it 100 different ways. You have to be able to have someone look at it and be like, oh, that's such a you piece. Like, when I think of you, I think of that scarf. When I think of you, I think of those shoes and how much you wear them and how you style them, and it makes me want a pair because you wear them all the time and they look so cool. Nobody ever says like, you wore that purse once and it made me want it because I saw you style it one way. It's like, no, I want to see it a bunch of different ways. I want to see it real. I want to see it lived in. Before we get any further into this video, I wanted to say thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring. You guys already know I've been using Squarespace since college. It was the first place I ever designed a website and the last place I'll ever design a website. I've used it as a portfolio when job searching. I've used it as a blog for writing and photography, and I've even used it as an online store, which I think is my favorite way. I know a lot of us resell our clothes, and it's actually so easy to start your own Squarespace website to do this, and cutting out the middleman and all those extra fees that other platforms take out. You can use your Squarespace store to sell products. Like in my case, I've sold merch or my clothes, but you can also use it for services or both. It gives you everything you need to grow your business and get paid all in one place. There's easy online payments and built-in tools for shipping, inventory, and fulfillment. You can simplify your workflow and give customers a seamless shopping experience. There's also expanded global shipping costs. You can automatically calculate the shipping cost using real-time rates from local carriers based on the destination, size, and weight of each order. It eliminates manual calculations and avoids over or undercharging customers. This is the secret to cutting out the middleman, because this was something that scared me and was impossible to figure out on my own, and Squarespace makes it easy. You can also use your Squarespace to sell content and create member-only content for your community. Monetize your content by selling online courses, videos, and memberships. You simply set the price and choose whether you want it to be a one-time fee or a subscription for access. All my family members use Squarespace. Anytime somebody needs a website, I tell them to use Squarespace. If you feel like you need a place for your content or your resume, your clothing, anything to live, Squarespace is the place for you. Head to squarespace.com/LaineyOzark to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using code LaineyOzark. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Let's get into the rest of it. I haven't done one of these videos in so long. Just like a notes app, different idea kind of things. I don't know if it's from pregnancy brain or I've been doing this now for 7 years. These kind of videos, I'm always like, I've said everything that could ever be said. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sure I've said some of this stuff other places, but maybe we needed a refresh, especially with spring coming around. And I don't know, spring makes me want to shop. Okay, but I love you guys absolute most, and I'll see you in a few days. Bye.